I was in one company and spoke with the worker. I was trying to explain him that the way the foreign workers in that company were treated compared to English workers was not right. They do not have to accept it, obviously because of the whole fear factor.
I came from Poland on a one-way ticket. No jobs back home, so I had to leave. Debts were rising, options falling. How do I feed my family? I saw the ad in an agent's window. Workers wanted top-line pay. All expenses are provided. Come to England, it's your lucky day. Rats in the cupboard, rats in the kitchen, rats in the boardroom. Way upstairs. They brought me over on a late night ferry, took me to this fine hotel. I got inside and I couldn't believe it. It was worse than a prison cell.
He basically described to me a room of 8 people on mattresses, just directly on the floor, no cupboards, no fridge. Basically, if you had any food there, you had to hang it from the ceiling, because otherwise rats would have it.
Hotel fee comes off your wages, cash in hand, don't ask for more. Welcome to England, keep your mouth shut, step out of line, we'll be knocking on your door. 5 o'clock the very next morning, agent's van took me into work. Working on the line in a lousy sweatshop, 30 quid a day, that's all you're worth. Can't speak English, can't ask questions, foreman's word was my command. Market force devour my labour, hope was slipping through my hands. Rats in the cupboard, rats in the kitchen, rats in the boardroom. Way upstairs. I tried to make a break for freedom through a window in the dead of night. By the gates the guards were waiting, we're taking you for a little ride. Rammed in the boot of a BMW, they drove me up the motorway. Choices, my friend, there are no choices. Get back to work, you're here to stay.
You know, that is the story which actually did scare me, because that person ended up in the boot of the car and carried on working afterwards. You know, they were so scared that this gang of helpers will get them.
It's not the free trade zone in China.
It's not Chile under Pinochet.
It's not an Indonesian sweatshop, but it's here in Britain today.
After World War II, the Polish economy was in ruins. Poland became part of the Russian-dominated Eastern Europe. There were promises of workers' power, economic renewal, and socialism, but the system failed to deliver on all counts. In the 1970s, there were increasing protests against the rising food prices and housing shortages, culminating in the 1980 Gdansk shipyard occupation, when workers barricaded themselves in to protest at the price of meat. The Solidarity Union was formed with Lech Walesa as leader. By 1981, it had 10 million members and was demanding reforms, including factories controlled by workers' councils with a 5-day working week. The IMF offers Poland a $1 billion loan with strings attached. Solidarity abandoned its progressive reforms, and Jeffrey Sachs, US advisor, formulates a recovery plan, demanding an end to price controls, an extensive program of privatization, and an open market for Western fat cats.
Wherever you may be, there's money to be made in the Polish economy.
We're selling off the country at a very special rate. Invest, 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 the future market's great.
There's money in their rubble.
There's money in their grime.
There's money in their misery.
Chaos is sublime.
The sick, the poor, the unemployed.
Let them all eat grass.
And keep your eye on the bottom line.
Where there's mud, there's brass.
My mom went from originally working one job which she was used to and having, within 2 years she was doing the job of 3 people.
There'll be no more restrictions on investor liberty, no price controls or profit curbs, now capital is free.
They won't be needing safety nets, put your trust in fate. With private health insurance, who needs a welfare state?
Money makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. Money makes the world go round, that jingle jangle sound.
We had so many foreign investors coming to Poland. Supermarkets were opening one after another, yes? And shelves were full of different stuff we couldn't afford before. And suddenly all this appeared on our shelves, in our shops, but we couldn't buy it because we didn't have the money to pay for it, yes? So like it's like now in Poland, yes?
And share the grand design. We're selling off the steel mills and we're selling off the mines.
We're selling off the workers at a very special rate. They'll be queuing in their thousands outside the factory gates.
There's money in their rubble.
There's money in their grime.
There's money in their misery.
Chaos is sublime.
The sick, the poor, the unemployed.
Let them all eat grass.
And keep your eye on the bottom line.
Where there's mud, there's brass.
What disappointed us at the beginning, the huge, enormous unemployment at the beginning, when the majority of the national infrastructure got privatized, yes?
Well, now the evil empire is down upon its knees. We'll sell free marketeering to the Russians and Chinese.
Driving down the wages, beefing up the shares to secure bumper bonuses for the banking billionaires.
Money, money, money.
It's very funny in a rich man's world.
If you have a situation when, for example, you have low money, and you have 3 or 4 children, on you, and for example, many things to do, you need to find, let's say, good job, to pay everything out. So if you find a good workplace in Sweden, you will go to Sweden.
There'll be Coca-Cola, wine lakes, and McDonald's everywhere, with Bono on the telly and La Senza underwear.
So winners keep on winning, and losers, when you lose, you'll get a grand perspective from your cardboard city muse.
There's money in their rubble.
There's money in their grime.
There's money in their misery.
Chaos is sublime.
The sick, the poor, the unemployed.
Let them all eat grass.
And keep your eye on bottom line.
Where there's muck,